Hey guys, Boy here, and today we're going to talk about Brood. If you're not aware how the Brood Tinker matchup goes, take a look on this iconic Tinker versus Brood match.
He does spam the March of the Machines. Ramsey's a lot more hesitant to play aggressive, but all he has to do is kind of fake the aggression. You run at the Tinker thinks like, oh, I might get gone on here. I need to pop the March of the Machines.
I think he may get gone on right now. He's probably thinking about denying towards the side. It's not going to happen. There's a double stack to the side, jabs. He can't help. Remember, this paralyzing cask will just get caught up inside the spiderlings, allowing them to move forward and kill off
Jab is gonna die.
How do you do?
It's been a while since this happened, yes, but the matchup didn't change at all. So how come N0tail doesn't lose? Well, the first thing in my opinion is how he plays the first two levels. Brood is much weaker at that stage, and if you want to have any chance of winning versus her, you have to pressure. Let's count how many attacks N0tail outputs until his first wave of creeps is dead. He doesn't stop the aggression after E2. In fact, he spams Rocket every time it's available, while he harasses with Laser whenever Brood also wants to go for a creep. This might look minor, but it's honestly the only reason he's level 6 when Brood is 6, and there's a lot of contrast between this and the total level discrepancy we can see in that Mineski vs Virtus Pro matchup, where Brood was 2 levels ahead, and also forcing the offlaner to sit close to Tinker just so that he doesn't die. Because he harasses Brood this much, she cannot even stay in lane to start building an army of spiders, afraid of the harass, and this forces her into the jungle while N0tail rushes a bottle. His opener is super important in this as well. The 2 branches with 2 tangos gives him the sustain to man up on Brood, and it's also enough so that he can get gold for the bottle. The Fairy Fire is there in case a dive happens, and you can't really bank on killing the Brood, because as she gets 3 and 4, you're not going to be able to burst her down and the babies are going to kill you. The HP regen is immense, and at the end of the day, you just cannot sit in the lane versus her. So N0tail maxes March, as you should this game, but only gets the first point at level 3. Look how much he keeps pressuring her and spending mana non-stop. Whenever you're playing versus Brood, you're against the clock, up to the point she amasses an army big enough to dive you. After using March to secure this wave, he tries to block the creeps, which unfortunately he fails, but look how Brood looks after a minute. That army is already starting to look scary, even with the boots N0tail was able to purchase. So watch what he does now. He marches, and that's really the only time he's safe versus Brood. So he even lasers here to make sure that he gets the range creep. And up to this point, he cannot stay in the lane anymore. If March is on cooldown, he is super weak.
All he has to do is kind of fake the aggression. You run at the Tinker thinks like, oh, I might get gone on here. I need to pop the March of the Machines.
I think he may get gone on right now. He's probably thinking about denying towards the side. It's not going to happen. There's a double stack to the side, jabs. He can't help. Remember, this paralyzing cask will just get caught up inside the spiderlings.
So what he does is run base to recover mana and HP after he pushes the wave really hard. He cannot stack since it's 3 minutes, and while this is a rare case where walking base is needed, it's the right move in this scenario, and he only loses 1 creep. Watch how he keeps spamming missiles all the time. Basically what he's doing is, in case Brood dives me at any point, she will be the lowest HP possible, and I might have a chance to kill her, or a support might have that chance, or she will disengage because she's getting too low and she's gonna be afraid that she dies before she kills me. He marches for this wave when Brood pretends to be running at him, and a key part of the next seconds is clock rotating for the 4-minute rune. What if Brood gets Arcane, Haste, double damage? There's no March that will protect him, and you can clearly see how Brood was aware of that timing, but thanks to clock, they protected, and March is pretty much back up. When this creep wave is under his tower, he obviously holds into the March so he can march the next one, and that's when he starts to again fear for his life. He places his ward at a 5-minute mark instead of the usual 0, just because Brood will be farming that camp every single minute next to him, and he wants to know exactly how many spiders and how close the mama is to him, how much mana can she actually go for a kill. This cliff is also much less likely to have sentries nearby, whereas if he wards the river or the mid lane, supports are going to be rotating at this stage and there's a big chance it's going to be dewarded. With that, he gets his 6, which means he can not only farm another wave, but he can almost hinder the enemy catapult useless, but he gets just a little bit too cheeky with this deny and he gets dove. He would have survived and had the TP to get away, but a random Willow kills him from across the screen. And look, this game doesn't look awesome. N0tail doesn't finish 21-0, and that's because it's impossible to do that against a good enough Brood, and that one is 8,000 MMR. But the sheer fact he's level 6 when Brood is 6 gives him a game which eventually allows him to win. This is the type of matchup that can lose a game, because even if the other lanes do well, Tinker is a hero that relies on experience, relies on having a decent enough start. But because he's 6, he doesn't need to play mid necessarily anymore, and even if he does, he's also only 800 gold away from travels at 5 minutes, giving him enough to actually do what's necessary in this game. Guys, thank you a lot for watching, commenting, and subscribing. If you're interested in coaching, make sure to DM me on Twitter for the rates. If you want to learn Dota, if you're looking for cool people to play this game with, we have a Discord channel with people from all around the world. I suggest you guys check that out. If you like the videos here, check our Patreon. Maybe there's a reward there that kinda looks good for you. And finally, if you want to see me streaming, you can check my Twitch channel. The link is in the description. Thank you a lot. Have a good one. Bye.